Welcome to the Craft Beer Review. Today I'm going to be trying another pumpkin ale. This is Kentucky Pumpkin Barrel Ale from Lexington Brewing and Distilling Company. All right, let's open it up and take a look. All right. Let's see here what's on the bottle. Let's see. Pumpkin ale aged in oak bourbon barrels. Let's see. Any information on here? And this is this is 10% alcohol by volume. Yeah. It's a nice bottle label, but not a whole lot of information on here. Let's see. Let's check out their website real quick and see if there's anything up there. And there is. All right, this is available August through October. Comes in bottles, 4-pack bottles. It is 10% alcohol. It has 16 IBUs. For hops, they use Fuggles and East Kent Goldings. Malts, they use 2-row pale, caramel 40, and carapils. And spices, they use brown sugar, Kentucky pumpkin butter, cinnamon, nutmeg, allspice, and pecans. All right. Decent amount of information on their website. That's nice. That is a nice looking, light amber ale. Very clear. You can easily see through it. Plenty of carbonation. You can see all the bubbles heading to the top, maintaining a small head at the surface. Kind of like a small white head. From the aroma, you definitely, right off the bat, get a nice, moderate oak bourbon aroma. I mean, it's moderate in intensity, so it's not very intense. It's very nice, actually. I have to admit, I do enjoy a nice bourbon every now and then, so this smells very good to me. I can't say I'm picking up a whole lot of pumpkin spices, though. Yeah, I'd say the aroma is definitely dominated by the the oak barrel bourbon aroma. If the spices are present, they're definitely in the background. All right, cheers. Oh, wow. That is nice. Ooh. First impression, medium bodied, kind of sweet beer, moderate oak bourbon flavor. Very nice, very smooth. Definitely getting brown sugar and some cinnamon and some pumpkin pie spices as well, but they're not too intense. I would say the bourbon barrel bourbon barrel flavor is dominating, but not overly intense. But I can pick up the pumpkin spice flavors. I'm actually surprised at how smooth that is. Was it 10% alcohol? It doesn't really seem like a 10% alcohol beer. It's going down so smooth, at least on the first 2 sips. It is on the sweet side, but not overly sweet in my opinion. It's got nice moderate flavors for the oak, the bourbon, and the pumpkin pie spices come after that, and they're on the low side. The oak and bourbon flavors are moderate in intensity, and the pumpkin spices are on the low end. Mm. I don't know. First two sips, I'm really enjoying this. Mm. That is good. I do like it. Although I do think that because the oak flavor is so prominent and the pumpkin flavors are less so, I have a feeling you could probably give this beer to someone and they might not realize it's a quote pumpkin beer, uh, just because of that bourbon flavor that is very nice. A very nice bourbon flavor, I must say. Whew. This is a dangerous beer in that the alcohol content is 10% and it's very smooth. While it has plenty of flavor, none of them are harsh. Um, this is going down very smoothly. I'm about to take another sip and I'm realizing, wow, I've finished half of this 10% beer in a very short period of time. So this is the type of beer that can sneak up on you. That is very good. I would say that the oak and bourbon flavors are building slightly with each sip. So with each sip, I'm taking smaller and smaller sips, um, kind of to match that increase in flavor intensity, which is probably a good thing given the alcohol content. Um, I have to say, I'm very impressed with this beer. I do like it. My one criticism, as I mentioned before, is that the pumpkin. It's called Kentucky Pumpkin Barrel Ale, yet it's definitely much more bourbon and oak flavor than pumpkin. But this brewery is known for that. I mean, I've only had a couple of their beers, and the ones I've had, I've enjoyed. And they're known for doing bourbon barrel beers. So if you're familiar with the brewery and you like their stuff, you're gonna like this one. I like this one. This is a very good beer. I would say this is one of the better beers I've tried this fall. Oh, that is nice. Like I said, I do enjoy a nice bourbon every now and then, and if you also enjoy a nice bourbon now and then, I'm going to suggest that you try this beer, because you will probably like it. Yeah, a sweet finish. It definitely finishes sweet. Um, it's not harsh. It's a pleasant sweetness. It's not too sweet. Oh my god, I'm really enjoying it. I have to say though, it's like I want to have another one of these. This is one of those beers, and I like to say that trying a beer once doesn't always mean that you understand the beer. You can have the same beer a second time, and it might taste completely different to you. I really think it takes drinking a beer several times before you become used to the flavors and you start to like normalize the flavors in the beer. And this is one of those beers that I'm struggling to normalize, just because there's so many flavors in here. You've got the oak, you've got the bourbon barrel flavors. The woodiness, the earthiness, the bourbon flavor. It's very nice. I really enjoy it. And on top of that, you've got the sweetness. I can definitely pick up the pumpkin pie spices, mostly the cinnamon, which I'm picking up along with the sweetness. It's like the cinnamon and the brown sugar are giving that sweet perception. I'm not. It does finish with a little bit of nuttiness too, so I'm picking up on that. This is a very complex beer, in my opinion. It's like, whew, I don't want to finish. I got to slow down with drinking this because it's so high in alcohol, 10%. But at the same time, I want to have another one to see if the taste changes. But I think I'm going to have to wait because, like I said, I just drank more than half of a 10% alcohol beer in 10 minutes during this video, and I'm already feeling it. So this is a dangerous beer. If you are going to drink this, be careful. That's my main recommendation. Be careful. But I'm very much enjoying this beer, and I very much recommend it. And I don't usually do that. I don't usually give recommendations. I just rate it. But I'm gonna suggest. I hope anyone who watches this video, I hope you try it or have tried it, and let me know what you think. Comment on this video. Tell me what your opinion is. What flavors you taste. I personally think this is very flavorful beer with very complex beer with a lot going on. And after drinking 3/4 of it, I'm still trying to wrap my brain around it a little bit. All I know right now is that I enjoy it, and it is aptly named, and I think it fits in with this brewery's lineup very well. And wow, what would I rate this out of 5 stars? 5 stars. I like to do a 5-star system just to keep it simple, and just to give an idea of my rating, it's like if just to say, if I rate something at 3.5, I think that's a solid beer that I enjoy, and that, depending on how I'm feeling, I would probably buy it again. Not every time I go to the liquor store, but you know what? If I'm in the mood, I'll buy it again. If it's less than 3.5, I might enjoy it, but only if someone gives it to me, if I'm out somewhere. It's not something I would purchase again for myself. So think of that line. 3.5 for me is the line for me in terms of purchasing again. If I like it enough, if it's 3.5, I like it enough that I might buy it again. The frequency with which I would buy it again increases as the number of stars increase. A 4.0 beer, well, a 4.0 beer I'd probably buy, I don't know, once every few months. A nice, like right now, I've had so many fall beers that I'm just like, I need to go over to the liquor store and get myself a nice IPA, because I've had lots of malty Oktoberfests and some nice pumpkin ales, but I could go for something really hoppy right now because I haven't had anything like that in a while. So the first thing that comes to mind would be like a 4-star IPA that I've had in the past, and that's what I would go buy in that situation. So that's just an idea of what my rating system is based on. 3.5 and higher, I would purchase again. 4.0 is the first thing I purchase. If I go to the liquor store and I just happen to stop at one along the way of whatever I'm doing, hopefully they'll have something I like. If they don't, well then I might have to go down to something that's like a 3.5 level, and that's fine. If I can come across something that I've rated higher than 4.0, then I might just buy that just because I see it, and I don't always see beers that I've rated that high before. This beer right now, I'm going to rate this out of 5 stars. I'm going to give this 4.25 stars. I think it's a highly complex beer. I'm very much enjoying it. Flavors do build a little bit, particularly the woody bourbon flavors. I'm interested to see what the problem. I might do another review of this on the last beer of the 4-pack, just because this beer is so complex and I'm enjoying it so much right now, and I'm struggling to wrap my head around it, which doesn't always happen, but it's not unusual. Because I personally think it takes drinking several beers before you really understand a beer. I mean, the taste can change. You've got temperature fluctuations. You've got You've got fluctuations in anything you've eaten before. You've got fluctuations in mood. It's just, I personally think the taste of a beer can change the first, I don't know, 4 to 6 beers of that particular beer that you've had. And with this one, this is the first time I've had this. And it's very good. I'm just thinking I'm limiting myself to 4.25 right now just because it could go higher than that, but it could go lower. I mean, the flavors were building. It is kind of sweet. That sweetness was building a little bit as well. But it's a good beer, and I highly recommend it. And I want to know what you guys think. So let me know. I'm going to stop rambling, and I think I'm drunk off of drinking 3/4 of one of these beers. So cheers. Have a good night.